Hello there, welcome back. Welcome to Imagination Television. I'm Ambika Kulburgi. As promised, we have a special Backstage Bollywood segment for you today. Fox Star released the new Hindi film Force yesterday in theaters all over, starring John Abraham and Janelia D'Souza. With this action romance, Mr. Abraham is all set to showcase his action hero talents, along with his 8-pack abs in a unique story. In this special one-on-one interview, the star sits down to discuss his latest film.
This film, Nishikant Kamat's film, I feel is going to be my first film that will go across the country and into the BNC centers as well as the multiplexes like no other film has gone before. The music of this film is great, is outstanding. Haris Jairaj is the music director. The action is done by Franz, who's a South African action director who's done big films, big international Hollywood films. I'm really excited about Fox backing this film because I think it's important for an international studio to see how Indian films work, and with all due respect to all their films that they've produced, I think this is the first time they're going right with a true Indian film. I also think that Fox has understood that in Rome you need to do as the Romans do, so in India do exactly how Indian films do their business, and this is truly an Indian film. A film that is meant for the classes and the masses, and it's a film that I believe will do immense amount of business if the marketing of this film is done right, and that's where Fox comes in because of their marketing strength and the distribution strength and the goodwill that they bring along with them. I hope Nishi's film does great for me because I really believe that when your gut is right, you do a good film. My gut is right about this film, and the last time I felt a good gut about a film was New York. The time I felt right about another film was Dostana, and before that was Taxi No Do Gyara and Garam Masala and Dhoom and Zinda. So all my films that I've had a gut on have practically worked and big numbers. So my gut on Nishikant Kamat's film is absolutely right. So thank you, Fox.
Force is a romantic action thriller. It's got great romance, great music, great action, and it's a complete film. It's a family entertainer, and it's about a cop whose name is ACP Yashvardhan, and how he is the head of the Narcotics Bureau, the NCB, how he goes and busts drug gangs till he meets this beautiful girl who he falls in love with, and then comes the villain in the picture, and the battle between the positive and the negative, and how it culminates finally. Vipul Shah showed me the earlier film, the Tamil film Kaka Kaka. I saw the film and I never intended to do it, but the film didn't leave my head for a week, and I called up Vipul and I said I want to do this film, and Vipul said when he showed me the film, he told me that, John, if you don't do this film, then we would never remake this film because we think you're the person who could suit the role of ACP Yashvardhan. And I decided finally that I have to do this film. Well, Nishikant gave me 8 months to work on myself, and he's saying, John, as far as the character goes, I want you to be straight-faced and a no-nonsense cop. As far as your body goes, I want you to look like a machine. I want you to look like an international film star. And the brief that was given to me was, I need to look like Stallone. And I said that's a tall order. And I had 8 months, and I worked on my body, and I touched 96 kilos of muscle with 7% fat count, and it's probably the best shape I've been in my life, and it was massive. And I still think I've reached only 70% of my potential in terms of a physique in the film, but it was good enough, and I worked hard on myself. I also studied, I called up DCP Sunil Paraskar. I studied, I asked him about drugs and how the Narcotics Bureau functions. We learned a lot. We understood what drugs are about. We understood how cocaine, heroin, acetic anhydride, mandrax, all these drugs are supplied, where they come from, how they're brought by carriers. And we took everything into account, and that's how Force was made. So though Force is commercial, it's still a very real and credible film. Janelia and I really get along well, and we did an earlier film together that unfortunately did not release, and because we get along so well, we gel beautifully on screen, and the chemistry shows, and we really are so comfortable with each other. And I would love to work with her again because she's such a wonderful actress, very versatile, has done films in Malayalam and Tamil and Telugu and Kannada. I mean, she's done every kind of film, and all her films have been super successes. She's been very limited in her exposure in Hindi films, and I think that's an advantage. So after Jane Tu Ya Janina, you didn't see Janelia around, and I think that was beautiful. And she's here with Force, and the only difference in Force is that Janelia looks like a beautiful woman and not like a sweet, pretty girl. But I honestly think the action of the film is going to be the plus point of the film. You're going to see action like never seen before. The villain in the film, Vidyut, is absolutely outstanding. He's got a great body, great looking guy, and does parkour, does stunts, flies all over the place. And we always felt that you need a very strong villain to match a strong hero. And I think Vidyut more than fulfills that part. Nishikant is an award-winning director. He's won a national award for his film Dombivli Fast. And he's won every possible award for Mumbai Meri Jaan, his critically acclaimed Hindi film. This is the first time he said he wanted to make a commercial film. So though this film's commercial, I'm sorry, you wouldn't find any stupid punchlines in the film. It's a very straight film, very honest, credible, at the same time, hugely entertaining film. When it comes to dancing, I always start with a no, and then I end up doing whatever they ask me to do. And they always smile and hold my hand, and they treat me like a child on the set. And Bosco and Caesar, especially Bosco, someone I knew before he became a music choreographer and before I became even a model. We used to hang out together in Juhu and play football. So we are close friends from before. So there's a certain comfort level that I have with Bosco. Caesar did an exceptional job in Khwabo Khabo and Chao Bito. Bosco was there too. So they both are absolutely outstanding as dance choreographers. Khwabo Khwabo, when I first heard it, I thought was a sure shot hit, because in the Tamil film you have Uire Uire, which is a big hit song, and we've exactly adapted that song in Hindi, and I think it's a great song. It's very catchy and people love that song, so I'm just very excited about it. The lyrics are beautiful. Javed Saab, you can't say anything but the best for him, but you know, he doesn't need any introduction, he doesn't need any kind of validation from someone like me. Haris Jayaraj is concerned, I spoke to him once on the phone and I just said, sir, please give us great music, and he said, don't worry. And I think we've got beautiful music in this film. My personal favorite is Khwabo Khwabo. A lot of people like Chahu Bito, so there are different favorite songs, but I think we've got lilting music. It's music that will take time to grow when you watch the film, but good music, so I'm very happy with the music. Action scenes were very challenging because you know, at 96 kilos to carry your body weight around was very, very difficult. I used to get hurt. I've broken bones. I've slammed my back on stones in a train sequence. I have been kicked in the chest by the villain, by Vidyut in shots, and it's been, because I mean, it's been tough, but Alan Amin has guided us beautifully through the action sequence, and he's got the best out of all of us in the film, and You know, Monish Bahl plays my colleague in the film, and he's done such a fabulous job in action. No one would expect Monish Bahl to do a great job, but everybody's done a fabulous job. Kamlesh, who I have a special mention for as an outstanding actor, has done such a great job. And of course, Vidyut is great in action. He's done a fantabulous job. Amit, who's one of my team members in the film, has done a great job, a handsome young guy. And I have kind of just about managed to get the action in there. So I hope people find our action together endearing. I think the high point of the action of the film in our film is the climax action. I think the climax action of the film is never seen before. It's the best action you'll ever see, best raw action you'll ever see in Hindi films. People who've seen Force, as in focus groups where you show the film to people, have all commented and said this is John's best work. But I am kind of used to hearing that because with every film passing they say it's my best work. It only shows that I improve with every film, and I hope Force takes me to another level. But more importantly, I hope Force stakes claim to be me being the next action hero in the country, and that's what I want.
The heroine of the film Force, Janelia D'Souza, also talked to us about working on the film with John.
I really like John as a person, and I think he's a great co-star. And I really like our pairing. I think it's a very interesting pairing because it looks very new, it looks very fresh, and I like it. It was really, really hot, and you know, we were shooting on really hot sand, and the temperature was just going higher and higher and higher, and we had to shoot it because we just had 3 days to finish the song. So I think on the whole the climatic conditions were the toughest, but the crew has you know, made us feel so comfortable. And for me this film has been a very, very special film because I have seen the Tamil version. I have loved the Tamil version, and I have loved Jyotika's character so much that I would envy any other actor for doing this role or doing this film. Also for me it was a really nice change from being this college kid constantly to a nice matured side to myself, which for me was most interesting about the girl, that she's not a college kid, she has this spunk about her, but it's in a very ladylike way, which I really, really enjoyed. And these little kids were playing in the rain and enjoying themselves. At times I was feeling like a loser because, you know, I was all cold and I found it really difficult, but looking at their energy I just had to go forward and finish the shot. And I think we got some great shot. And the first time I've noticed on sets that everyone got wet with us. Otherwise it's only hero, heroine getting wet, or only the actors getting wet who are in the scene, but in this particular scene everyone got wet, and I think that was the unit at large that came together. And you know, I mean, everyone, as much as we can grumble and crib and, you know, we did all of that on set, but at the end of it, I think it was great team spirit. Well, the music by Haris Jera, I know Haris Jera because he's given music for my films in the South as well, and I have always loved his music. I've been a fan of his when I wasn't even in films, which was with Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein. And for me, I think he's given some really melodious music, which is what Haris is really famous for. And looking for a warm welcome back to him again in Bombay. For me, Nishri is one of the coolest directors I've worked with, and one of the most confident directors. He was so clear from day one when he gave me the script, and I loved his writing, I loved his script. I've seen his film Mumbai Meri Jaan, and I always wanted to work with someone like Nishikant Kamath, and I'm so glad that I got a chance to work with him. I'm looking forward to working with him again because I think as a director, what he tells you and how he directs you makes all the difference, because he gets out a side of you that you'd never know till the take.